人の時間を取るのが難しそうな感じありますね。
And once again, on Rascal Jester, we have Cog in the top lane, Hachamecha in the jungle, we have Ninja on the mid lane, Art in the AD, and Vivid in support. And Rascal Jester also opting to give Seros that respect, banning away the Heimerdinger.
これはちょっとターゲットバンが多く出そうな試合になりそうです。ラスカルジェスターファーストピック何を欲しがりますかね。やはり瀬戸ですかね。
The Soraka ban coming out as well.
選手が素晴らしいパフォーマンス見せてましたし。
Now the Soraka ban, I believe we did talk about this yesterday as well, but you do know that we have seen so far that the Soraka ban has kind of gone sometimes unbanned. Typically, the comp needs to be picked around the Soraka. You can't, the Soraka can be kind of hard to work into every comp, but can act as a linchpin. Has not received the solo lane nerfs that Soraka has in I believe the most recent patch 10.4. Aatrox being banned away by Rascal Jester. Aatrox, another really popular pick as some of the bruisers of top lane. And with Set banned away by Detonation Focus Me, I believe that will be Aphelios picked up by Rascal Jester. Aphelios and Misfortune both on the table. Rascal Jester opting for the Ornn in the top lane instead, without that Set to kind of abuse the tanky lad. You do see that Ornn is going to be locked up for the side of Rascal Jester. Detonation Focus Me now has to choose what they would like to opt in for. On these next few picks, you do see the Akali getting locked in, and the Aphelios alongside it. Akali actually going unbanned as well, but also the Syndra being unbanned in this game. Now Rascal Jester has to choose. They do have Misfortune available, but they also have the Syndra available if they would like to put Art on that in that bottom lane. I've only seen it once before in the LJL, but it does look like Rascal Jester will be opting for the Nautilus and the Rek'Sai. Wants that early aggressive jungler. We've seen great play from Rek'Sai so far. But the risky part about this is that Rascal Jester is opening themselves up to having the Misfortune banned away from them in this second half. Does look like Detonation Focus Me will be possibly locking in the Trundle being hovered. Trundle actually was actually picking up a bit of popularity around this time. Trundle, I believe it was the Stormrazor, or excuse me, not Stormrazor, the Bloodrazor enchantment. You have that high attack speed to just start soloing out objectives, moving through the map very quickly, along with the E buffs that did come in for Trundle to make his pillar more potent, the slow a little bit more potent. It does help out his ganks quite a bit. So that'll be Misfortune banned away from the side of Detonation Focus Me, as Rascal Jester looking at the support pool on the side of Detonation Focus Me. LeBlanc showing again in the second round of bans here. Rascal Jester could opt to pick away one more support from Detonation Focus Me if they choose. And it will be the Braum being banned away. No, Rascal Jester does have to think of their AD. We have seen a few other ADs hitting the Rift. Senna and Ashe both having hit the Rift in the past. But it does look like Detonation Focus Me might be locking away the Syndra for the mid lane. Could be passing that over to Seros. And it looks like they will be locking that in. No opportunity for Rascal Jester to lock in the Syndra for the AD position. Seros going to be locking that one in for himself. Rascal Jester thinking of responding with the Cassiopeia. You do have the Ornn in the front line to kind of offer that high tank power. Varus, another popular pick will have the chains of corruption to kind of quell the Akali if he's able to land it, keep the Trundle from moving too far in. They still have their mid lane to pick. The Cassiopeia pick could be coming out still. Depends on how Rascal Jester would like to respond to this Syndra in the mid lane. Now, the other benefit of the Trundle pick, to circle back to that one, is that you do have the ultimate to steal away the defensive stats of Kog'Kog in that top lane. And it can be a very subtle ability, sometimes hard to notice, as it doesn't have exactly a huge animation, but when you're missing those resistant stats, you'll feel it. And Kog'Kog will definitely have to worry about that as a possible opportunity. This is now Detonation Focus Me looking at Taric in the bottom lane. They will be locking that in. You do have the Dazzling Radiance to offer that high team fight tool. Just that invincibility will be very difficult for Rascal Jester to try to play around, but doesn't offer quite as much as lane. You do have the healing and the stun available. Taric actually somewhat rarely seen outside of sort of specific comps. Typically is run alongside things like Callista, or we've seen the Master Yi Tarics, the Sona Tarics. Taric has kind of been almost relegated to being a little bit of a specific comp style pick, but Detonation Focus Me wanting to test it out in this game. Now you can see the high team fight potential from the side of Rascal Jester. You do have the really good engage on the side between Kog'Kog on the Ornn and the Nautilus engage. You also have a decent amount of defensive tools from Rascal Jester with the Chains of Corruption and the Cassiopeia Miasma alongside the Petrifying Gaze to kind of stop the Akali from all-inning and running through their comp with the Trundle in tow.
LJL 2020. Brought to you by Ipopitande, the LJL official drink partner.
And we see here now, as we load onto the Rift, both junglers starting with the sweeper tool. Does look like both of them will be starting on that top side. Steel having a little bit of fun with the Trundle dance. And now you can see fairly standard rune picks, but Sero's on the mid lane actually opting for the phase rush on the Syndra. Wants that extra mobility, trying to get in and out of that of the Cassiopeia engage range. Possibly will be helping to get away from the Rek'Sai ganks. You do lose a little bit of pressure without the electrocute proc to try and just tag up some of that damage, tack on that extra damage that comes at the end of some of Syndra's shorter trades. But the movement speed, we'll have to see how Seros decides he's going to play this out. It does look like a full clear coming out from Hachimecha, while Steel immediately crossing over to his blue side. You can see here fairly traditional runes, like we mentioned. You do have the Predator on the Trundle, which is a little bit interesting, as the solo Q pick is a little bit more common for the Pressy attack or the Conqueror. does add a little bit of lethality to his ganks, as he can now run just a little bit faster. He already has the W move speed, so running a little faster just means he's able to beat you quicker.
明かりがちなみにかなりの番率が高いと言われているその大きなシーズン10でのそのゆえんって
You
ど
can
こにあるん
see
ですか
that Nation Focus Me already walking in, getting a little bit of vision on this red side from Rascal Jester. Wants to kind of see where Hachamecha could be lurking around. And Steel actually crossing back over to his own red side could be on a collision course with Hachamecha at this first Scuttle Crab. Saros does have a little bit more of the mid lane pressure and a lot of pressure coming out from Evi in the top side. But it looks like Steel will be able to grab it and get out before Hachamecha is able to find out.
さあ、はちゃめちゃ現在レベル4、スティールは現在レベル3です。トップのスカトル獲得したのはデトネーションフォーカスミー。ナイス。
Hachamecha looking for a mid lane gank as Ninja going very low. Does have the phase rush to try to get out and gets a decent amount of damage traded back. Saros not able to chase as the engage comes out from Vivid onto Gang, taking a lot of damage. Udapon going forward with that Severum, trying to answer a little bit of the damage back, but the Aftershock going to be able to soak most of that up. And now Evi going for a bit of an aggressive trade of his own. Cogcog opts for the W, but takes a fair bit of damage for himself, as Evi playing very aggressively early on in this lane. Pressuring Cogcog off of finishing that item, doesn't want to let him get anything for free. Now you can see both junglers looking towards this bottom side. Vision on both ends, as Steel might be walking in to just clear out some of the vision, but Udapon finds himself alone in this lane. That is going to be a free kill onto Udapon. A lack of support there and a late summoner spell use will actually mean that Vivid is able to find himself a free kill in the bot lane. As now Evi is going all in, tacking on a ton of damage onto Cogcog, forcing him off. He does have a slight level disadvantage as he hasn't been able to pick up this wave, but will be able to farm it in safety. Doesn't have to worry about Cogcog showing up anywhere. Will force out his teleport early on. Detonation Focus Me, possibly playing a little bit too aggressively, knowing that Steel was on that side of the map. I believe Udapon didn't anticipate being so easily targeted out, but did kind of let Vivid walk too close to him, and without the dredge line being used, smart hold from Vivid just to kind of be able to get close enough so that you can guarantee that hook's going to land. Stun coming out from Gang onto Vivid. The Aftershock will be able to eat up most of the damage from Art, but not a whole lot of damage able to a whole lot of damage being able to answer back, as now they're looking for an engage. Steel will be found out on this top side, as now they put a lot of damage into Vivid. The Aftershock barely going to keep him alive there. It doesn't look like anybody's going to be going down just yet. Flash from Vivid is forced out on this bottom side. So the junglers are taking their time kind of contesting and making sure that nobody's able to get away with too much in this bottom side. And Steel already opting for this Drake, knowing that Vivid did have to back after that play. They will be opting to start up this Drake right away. Saros does have the priority to roam first, but Hachamecha will be going for the steal. He is already in. Find his way. The stun's going to land onto him, but Steel is just kind of walking him back. The smite's going to come through from Hachamecha to secure the Ocean Drake, as now full retreat are the members of Detonation Focus Me. Saros is going to actually get hooked up and singled out as a sacrificial lamb. The Drake going down to Rascal Jester and a free kill to boot. That is not a great showing for Detonation Focus Me.
ドラゴンのところにコントロール狙っていったというのは本当に大きかったですね。フォーカスミがちょっとドラゴンさんの方が遅れた。
The ult, not quite. The ult from the Syndra isn't enough to knock anyone out of the fight, and Hachimecha gets the better end of the smite fight. He doesn't have the level advantage, so has the higher smite number. Still a little bit bold starting up that Drake. Doesn't have quite the skirmishing power or the CS to stay in level with Hachimecha. Now, Zero's getting a little bit aggressive. Hachimecha waiting in the bush. Knows Ninja doesn't have any mana, so wants to kind of chase him down a little bit. But smartly backs away, knows that there could be a lurking Rek'Sai waiting in the wings.
カタリストも忍者選手変えましたから、クレンズもあるというところを考えると、ミッドレーンのところの 1v1 で大きく負けるという可能性
As we sort of return to neutral here once more. These early advantages, while Detonation Focus Me is playing aggressive in a lot of their lanes and kind of trying to find damage wherever they can, it feels like Rascal Jester is getting the better end of a lot of these fights. Ooh, and Evi going to get dragged under turret a little bit here as Cog pulls him under with the ult. But isn't gonna tank too terribly much. Hachimecha going to secure himself a scuttle and work immediately onto this Rift Herald. Decent amount of vision control. Doesn't look like Detonation Focus Me is quite in a position that they can answer just yet. And they will actually spot Steel on this bottom side. The rotation of Ninja will tell them that they're already on it, but too little too late for any idea of contesting from Steel. So now he looks to pressure on this bottom side. Zero's coming down as well. It does look like the members of Rascal Jester are sniffing that one out as they back away from the turret. Don't want to risk getting run down under the turret there. And Evi commits his R for this play. He is going all in on Cog. The Q is going to miss as he R's past. He will flash forward and is going to get the empowered auto for the extra move speed to finish off Cog. Beautiful play from Evi. The R through does make him miss the Q, but Cog does flash away. Flash for flash in the top lane though. Cog may be caught out playing a little bit too far forward in the lane.
さあ分かりやすい局面、ただしボットレーンもやはり重要。寄ってくるのはスティールです。ビビットがどういった判断を下すか。
ゲン選手のタリックのアルティメットうまく活かせばここの3対3のところ
And now, Detonation Focus Me and Rascal Jester looking towards this bottom side. Both teams looking for a play. The engage comes out from Detonation Focus Me. The teleport to follow. The Cosmic Radiance will come in to keep everyone alive long enough. Hachimecha going all in onto Gang, trying to find a kill, but is not going to be able to finish him off. The Seros now finds a stun onto Vivid. Vivid is going to go golden, and we still have the ultimate available from Syndra if he wants to finish it off, but Yutapon is going to be able to pick up that kill. Now he flashes forward onto Ninja. The Chakrams eating away at his damage. The ult is going to go down onto Art on the bottom side, but he's not going to be able to finish it off. The heal keeping him alive. And that is going to be a good win for Detonation Focus Me on the top side as Evi looking for a little bit of a damage win of his own in the top side. As now, Yutapon and Gang have their time with the turret to just chunk away some damage. Hachimecha going a little bit too hard on that kill onto Gang. He goes all in there, but with the extra heals that Taric has saved up, he is not falling. He is not falling to the Rek'Sai's damage. And we'll watch this one more time. The teleport comes in immediately. The Cosmic Radiance eating so much damage. The Void Rush not enough to finish off Gang means that he will die on that side. Vivid uses his stopwatch, but with the Chakrams and the turret to finish that off, Yutapon actually very aggressively flashing forward onto Ninja in the mid lane. Ninja just able to walk out of that one a little bit too aggressive from Yutapon, but he does know that he has the Chakram up and he has the Conqueror available to him. For the extra healing, can go toe-to-toe with Ninja there as Ninja smartly just runs away, knows that the fight is lost, doesn't want to bite off more than he can handle. So now, Rascal Jester, opting for the Drake, will secure that for themselves.
そうですね
And with Detonation Focus Me finding a small gold lead at the end of this fight, the Drake will help to even that up just a bit, as now they can push towards Soul. Cloud Soul coming out onto the Rift here. The extra ult CDR can actually be very helpful for the side of Rascal Jester when it does come to having your engage tools and the chains of corruption that you can swing those team fights with.
ガンクに対するカウンターの準備だと思います。今のところトップレーンに対してラスカルジェスタガンクしてもまずアカリに対してフラッシュをなかったとしても
And now Detonation Focus Me wandering into the jungle here for a bit, just putting down some vision. Oh, Gang finds a blind stun onto Hachimecha in the jungle. We'll just force him to E away. Nothing too crazy, but a good call out from Gang as he checks with the Taric stun. Cog having learned his lesson, staying well and far back under turret, knows Akali is definitely the aggressor in that lane, as now Ninja might be finding himself in a spot of trouble. Steel kind of kiting backwards, and the Petrifying Gaze is actually going to land. Oh, the overwhelming power, not enough to overwhelm Ninja, as Saros commits the ulti onto him, but not going to be able to find a kill. A little bit of an interesting play from Steel. He kind of sidestepped back from the early ult from Ninja, but it ended up actually costing him any ability to get onto Ninja there, as he holds the Petrifying Gaze and barely walks away from that play.
気づくのに国国選手が遅れたことによってトップのファーストへのアプローチというのが相当遅れましたね。
And now, we sort of return once again, another Rift Herald spawning in 50 seconds, as Detonation Focus Me is actually going to pick themselves up a turret in this bottom side, adding a little bit more gold to line their pockets with. Now Rascal Jester does have to start being a little bit concerned here. The extra gold that is going over to Detonation Focus Me onto their carries could potentially be bad for their team fight, especially if this Akali is able to pick up a lot of extra gold. Means that Art on the Varus, very immobile, can be punished quite easily. Now they rotate their bot lane to the top side. Wants to just try and knock out the next turret. They have the Herald on this side as well. So if Detonation Focus Me would like to try and go for that, they have the opportunity. They have their bot lane there to look for a fight. Ninja and Hachimecha closing in onto Steel here, and Saros. Does look like Rascal Jester wants to give them the fight they're asking for. Staving them away from the Rift Herald for now. They will actually aggro it and start it up. Rascal Jester looking to try and bait Detonation Focus Me into a fight here with this objective. Detonation Focus Me moving in onto Vivid here, trying to just find their way in. Teleport coming in from Detonation Focus Me. Akali going to be going in here. The smite from Steel is going to steal it away, and they're going to secure themselves that objective. Steel going to flash over the wall just to make sure he's able to get out. Evi hits by the chains of corruption. Will actually take down Hachimecha before he goes. Cog, a sliver of HP, walking away from this fight, as the Petrifying Gaze is going to buy them a little bit of time, as now Steel walking forward, Udapon with the Severum and the Chakrams to just belt out damage as he moves forward onto them. No other players going down in this small skirmish, but that is unfortunate for Rascal Jester. They lose not only the objective, but Hachimecha loses his life as well for the teleport from Evi. And that is going to be it. The Rift Herald put down immediately into this mid lane, and now they can start opening up the map. And Rascal Jester not in a position to respond. That is going to be map opening for Detonation Focus Me, and 2 turrets now in favor of Detonation Focus Me. A 4K, almost a 3K gold lead coming out in Detonation Focus Me's favor. You can see here, over the wall, Steel comes in, 13 HP being the difference between both of them, as the Chains of Corruption is going to go down onto Evi. He is in the Shroud and is not able to be damaged up. The Cosmic Radiance keeping Yutapon and Gang safe in the bottom end of this fight. And you can see now the team fight prowess of Tariq and Evi having that gold advantage means that Hachimecha was just not able to contest him. And the stun is going to come through. Cog being able to push through with the unstoppable from his W. And now Rascal Jester poising here for a fight. Steel a little bit separated, but not too far from his friendly friends. They will actually, Rascal Jester will be starting up the objective immediately. Will be tanking the dragon in the meantime. They do have to worry about Evi on the back end of this fight. Rascal Jester position does seem kind of dire. They need to choose where they want to go in or risk being split through the fight, as Evi on the backside with the rest of Detonation Focus Me playing towards the top. The Chains of Corruption will go down onto Steel, and they will be putting a lot of damage into him. That'll be him going down, but Evi going through. That is going to be Vivid, locking up Evi for as long as he can. Evi going to have to R to get away. The nerf from for Akali that she has to use it on a targeted ability not coming through yet. The Moonlight Visual will come through for a little bit of extra damage onto Vivid, but he is not going to go down just yet. Hachimecha eating the Cinder ulti. It's going very low, going golden, but not able to take him out as Yutapon picks up 2 more kills for himself. Seros flashing the wall to pick up Varus as well. Cog in full retreat as Detonation Focus Me finds their fight and finds the victory over this Drake objective. And that is going to be the Cloud Drake picked up for Detonation Focus Me, as well as another 10 seconds to just take whatever they want off of the map. That is going to be the gold lead growing even further to a 5k gold lead now. Now we'll watch this one more time, and we can pay attention towards his top side. Vivid is just looking back. He's waiting for Evi to go in. As the chains land onto Steel, they burn him down. Evi is forced to run away as they commit a lot of resources onto him. But the re-engage from the rest of the team as Yutapon uses these turrets effectively, finding what damage he can. Evi looking for a way back into this fight. Seros ends up in the pit with Hachimecha, and the ult is just too much damage. The late Zanyas from Hachimecha not able to stave off that damage. Seros flashes the wall for art, and Cog has nothing to do, no team to protect with his ulti. It will go down as well. And you can see now how fed the members of Detonation Focus Me's carries are, and how hard it will be for Rascal Jester to start finding these fights, as they are finding themselves half items down from the members of Detonation Focus Me. Evi going to pick himself up another free turret in the top side, adding to his gold count. Rascal Jester will need to start worrying about how they want to play these fights. Do they have to worry about, do they need to start playing more around Evi's position? Do they have to start respecting the damage and lethality from Akali working her way through these fights? Are they able to take decisive engages? Detonation Focus Me are just slowly picking apart the fights when they have to commit so many tools onto the Akali. And we sort of return here to the neutral state.
どこかで仕掛けていく必要性があります。
どうでしょう、グループアップしてこう
Hachimecha trying to pick up some more gold, keep himself in that game, keep the threat up on Rek'Sai, but it can be very difficult to finish off many of the members of Detonation Focus Me.
そうですね、まあ、理想はミッドのプッシュのところの主導権を取り返していくこと、そこから視界のコントロールを相手のワードを消していって、そしてバロンへとアプローチしてという流れが理想ですが、
そうなるとリバーに
And you can see here
そうですね。
the item completions coming through for Udapon on the AD. A full item ahead of Art means that while Varus may be the team fighting carry, he doesn't have the damage to keep up with Udapon on the Aphelios. As now Detonation Focus Me looking towards the Baron here.
ストップウォッチはもうありません。ラスカルでした。
Clearing out the vision, they have the reign in this. They are holding the reins of this game. They're in the driver's seat, so the pace will ultimately be dictated by them unless Rascal Jester is able to find these decisive engages and is able to pull Detonation Focus Me around into the fights that they could possibly prosper from. Moments like this, where you have the 1-3-1 coming out from Detonation Focus Me, could be Rascal Jester's chance to find some hard engages on either of the side lanes, or possibly use the Ornn ulti and the Nautilus to find whatever engages you would need to just take quick fights, then answer these side lanes. But with both teleports up on the side of Detonation Focus Me, engaging on the main members of Detonation Focus Me, Rascal Jester has to be careful about where they risk engaging. And Detonation Focus Me now opting for the Baron here. Doesn't look like Rascal Jester is in any position to contest. They will back off of it to look for a turn, as Rascal Jester now tries to sneak their way in. That will be Detonation Focus Me, not wanting to risk the 50-50. Steel saying that he won one already. No sense in trying to take any more than he should. Doesn't want to press his luck as they back off to the Cloud Drake, the safer of the two objectives. And it doesn't look like Rascal Jester will be trying to contest anytime soon. Ninja now moving up to answer some of the vision. Evi hanging around, seeing if he wants to go for anything crazy, but recognizes that a lot of the members of Rascal Jester could be waiting in the wings. Doesn't want to bite off more than he can chew. Now, speaking of biting, we do see that the Trundle kind of has a little bit of an untraditional build, almost building, well, opting for more of a tank build alongside with the Predator. Typical to sort of see the press the attack or conquer so that you have the scrapping potential with the Rek'Sai, but Steel actually saying that he wants none of that and is more happy to just be a beefy member and have some kind of frontline potential for the rest of his team. An interesting decision to opt for could be possibly playing in response to just the success of Rek'Sai. Knows how aggressive a lot of the LJL have played on the Rek'Sai. But now Hachimecha actually has the GA coming in for him on the Rek'Sai. Means he can go deep into these fights and doesn't have to worry about going down. He can get in there, try to get all the damage out that he can, and hopefully give his team the opportunity to follow up.
しかも、エンゲージに対して後からでも参加できるような距離を取ってましたから、そしてボットサイド側に消えたのをコントロールワードで把握したので一気に入ってきました。
Now Detonation Focus Me does have are poised once again for this Baron. You can see the vision control they have on this top half of the map. Hachimecha kind of poking and prodding, seeing if they can get in, but If Detonation Focus Me decides they want to start this Baron, they very well can. It looks like they will. Round 2 for this Baron, as the rest of Rascal Jester are starting to walk in. They know that their time of playing lax is over. Now, Detonation Focus Me, slow going on this Baron, looking for the turn potentially. As Evi is on Ninja on the end of this fight, we'll keep him out for now, but the Chains of Corruption will come through, locking up one member. The Cosmic Radiance will come in to give all 5 members invincibility as they chase down Hachimecha, but doesn't get a whole lot of value out of it. And with that huge team fight ulti down, it does look like Detonation Focus Me will be backing off as Rascal Jester pressures down the mid lane.
これで試合時間伸ばしながらオンのレベルを上げてパッシブの強化でアイテム差を埋めていくというプランのようです。
And now you can kind of see the issue with Detonation Focus Me's comp is they're on the Baron, they have the pressure, but they don't have the engage tools that are present on the side of Rascal Jester to take these quick and decisive turns. With the Taurik having the Cosmic Radiance, while you do have the team fight pressure, there isn't a whole lot of engage potential from the Trundle even with Predator. So you do have to worry about how close are you willing to draw them in for those fights without giving Rascal Jester and their team the opportunity to use the engage tools that they are priding themselves with. An interesting set of push and pull as Rascal Jester just opting to secure some more of the gold, walking into the jungle, just eating up that gold, trying to just find their way back, claw a little bit more gold back, and hopefully start to put a dent in this 5k gold disadvantage as they find themselves.
エンゲージですね。やはりエンゲージ要素がちょっと足りないですから、グローリーを買うことによって、エンゲージ要素を足していくと。先ほどから現在
Now with another Cloud Drake coming up, Detonation Focus Me has to kind of make the decision. Do they want to retain their vision on the Baron and pressure that objective, or do they want to just alternate and move towards the Cloud Drake as the safer bet in this game? And the other thing that is nice for the side of Rascal Jester is with Ornn cresting over that level 12, they will start getting the Ornn item upgrades for the members of Rascal Jester. The bonus item, the bonus stats from those items can be enough for Rascal Jester to kind of pseudo bypass the gold disadvantage they find themselves. But with DFM picking up their 3rd Cloud Drake, they are one step closer to Soul, and the ult CDR for the side of Detonation Focus Me means you have that Cosmic Radiance up more frequently. You can take these fights, and you can use that cooldown more willingly. The Moonlight Vigil as well can alter team fights with the right weapons. And Detonation Focus Me once again walking onto this Baron, doing it very slowly, waiting to see what Rascal Jester decides to answer with. As you can see, 4 members of Rascal Jester coming in. Ornn a long way off. If Detonation Focus Me wants to take a fight, this would be their opportunity before the Ornn is able to get in and start that disruption with the Call of the Forge God. Evi playing towards that top side. Cog with a late teleport in decides he needs to commit it before anything goes down, but Detonation Focus Me will happily take that cooldown. Little bit of an interesting teleport from Cog as he was only just across mid lane from them, but Detonation Focus Me does respect the teleport all the same. And we'll return once more to the Baron dance as Detonation Focus Me walks back in to clear away the vision. And now Rascal Jester is doing a good job of keeping vision away, but Evi is all the way in onto Art. The Cosmic Radiance will come in. The Chains of Corruption will only slow them down for so long, as now the Aphelios committing R into this. Kakog using the Call of the Forge God just to disrupt and push them away, but with so much damage onto key members of Rascal Jester, does seem that this would be the time for Detonation Focus Me to opt for the Baron. Instead, they will be opting for a reset, and Rascal Jester walks up just to make sure that everyone's taking a reset. Sort of both ends of the map kind of putting their hands up and saying, whoa, 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 okay, let's all settle down. Not Detonation Focus Me, possibly realizing that they don't have as much damage to burn down the Baron in time, and don't want to risk the re-engage from Rascal Jester off of a fresh back. Although they did have to commit a number of cooldowns for that, and with so many Cloud Drakes on the side of Detonation Focus Me, they could be playing around the gaps in the ulti cooldowns.
もう一度じゃあデトネーションかすみは狙いますか反転を
狙うと思いますね
And now you do see once again Detonation Focus Me clearing out this vision, retaining their dominant position over the vision of Rascal Jester around this Baron. Minute and a half on this Cloud Drake. Could this be the time that Detonation Focus Me will commit to burning down this objective? But once again, we see the members of Rascal Jester coming forth. Cogcog has a long way to run if he wants to get to this fight. Vivid moving towards the backside, and that'll be Detonation Focus Me backing off once again. Evi will now be picking up a turret. Evi finally being a bit fed up and saying, fine, nobody's gonna commit for anything. Y'all need me. I will be in the bot lane. And now, Detonation Focus Me has Evi in this bottom lane without Cogcog having the teleport. The Detonation Focus Me can use that pressure better to keep starting this Baron up. And now Hachimecha is close and is able to all in for a steal. Steal actually himself being quite low on this Baron. Multiple attempts at just starting up this Baron are slowly withering away on the Trundle's HP. Rascal Jester now grouping towards the mid lane, taking the inside track. One too many attempts from Detonation Focus Me to just tease the Baron, just tease Rascal Jester, trying to bait them forward, but not looking for any fights. Rascal Jester actually now finds themselves a free turret that Detonation Focus Me is unable to answer. But with Rascal Jester now grouping around this Drake, you can see once again, Detonation Focus Me moving towards the Baron. They have the opportunity to commit for this, but are just a little bit too afraid of the fight that could break out. Detonation Focus Me now moving down towards the Cloud Drake, just going to take the free objective. You can see already Rascal Jester responding, trying to put up some more vision in this bottom side, and they're actually starting the Baron with the short amount of control. Rascal Jester saying that if you guys won't do it, we will, as they now already have the Baron down to half HP. Steel moving close, wants a potential. The teleport coming in from Evi from the bottom lane to Cosmic Radiance is walking them forward. Hachimecha will secure the Baron for his team, but will they be able to make it out with their lives as they're fighting for their lives at the back of the pit? They are going to lose one member. Art going down to Evi. Ninja trying to run for his life as Evi is a little bit low. Ninja going to be able to kite away with the move speed from his phase rush, and that is going to be one dead, but a great play from Rascal Jester. You're able to secure that Baron. You're able to grab the objective that Detonation Focus Me is too scared to secure for themselves. That is the opportunity that they need to try and leverage out some gold advantage. Beautiful play from Rascal Jester to play that decisively, to say, All right, you guys won't take the opportunity. The second you step out of line, that is going to be our time to take out the Baron. And we'll watch it here one more time as they commit towards the Baron. They play a little bit back. They say burn it, and as it comes through, Rek'Sai is able to smite that down. Art, with no flash available, is just forced to fight his way out from the back of the pit. Hachimecha loses his GA as Ninja tries to take down Evi on this top side, but is not able to find the damage to secure the kill. Although, for the members of Rascal Jester, that is definitely a win in their book. You lose one member and the GA on Hachimecha, but you secure the Baron. You don't have to worry about doing the Baron dance anymore. And now this is their opportunity to have pressure that they otherwise didn't have. It does look like they're playing it fairly defensive so far, but with all the members grouping around this mid lane, they could be pressuring down, and this is Rascal Jester's time to take a team fight if they decide to. Now they can take the position they want, and with the Call of the Forge God coming in onto steal, ultimate committed as well from the Varus, they'll be able to burn him down before the Cosmic Radiance is able to save him. Evi going deep into the back line as he goes all the way in onto Art. Hachimecha falling as well. Vivid shortly to follow. Evi will be going down to Kog'Kog, but Ninja is just forced to try and kite away. Is not able to answer enough damage from Yutapon. He's going to live with slivers of HP, only to have his GA save him. Kog'Kog now, with the Stone Plate, is going to try and walk out of this one, but stall all he can. He is not able to make it out with his life. That is going to be a clean ace from the side of Detonation Focus Me. Rascal Jester had a good engage onto steal, but the members of Detonation Focus Me were just a little bit too close, and they were able to burn down Rascal Jester very quickly. And you can just see how lethal the Aphelios and the Syndra are when they're able to have Evi in the backline, disrupting Art, keeping him away from dealing the damage that he needs to, and Cosmic Radiance allowing them to take the position forward and move their carries in so that Yutapon is able to utilize the Chakrams and able to use that Severum to just start shredding through fights. Now we'll watch it one more time. You can see the engage comes out immediately onto Art. Hachimecha tanks the Moonlight Vigil and gets burned down from the root and the flamethrower of Yutapon, and the Cosmic Radiance just allows the members of Detonation Focus Me to move so far in as Evi is unable to be answered on that side of the map, while just one by one his team follows suit in just burning down each member.
前に出られないと。まあこれがあかりがその
And now, Detonation Focus Me. One team fight later will wipe Baron away from the side of Rascal Jester. And the grace given with the quick Baron decision is slipping away from them now. And the next objective to pick up will be the second Baron, but they also now have to worry about the Elder Drake spawn. Gold difference still in Detonation Focus Me's favor means that they will be able to take these fights consistently if they are able to play them out this effectively.
特にアート選手とユタポン選手のフラッシュがないんですよね。ですからここまでのエンゲージの仕方を見る限り
You can already see Detonation Focus Me moving in to just secure some of the vision on this top side. Wants to secure the Baron so they don't have to worry about trading it for the Elder Drake on the top side. They want to be ready to take this objective and immediately move it over to the Elder if they so choose.
シンドラのアルティメットも今かなりのダメージが出ますよとカメラマンさんが教えてくれましたが。
And now with an inhib down on the side of Rascal Jester, they'll have to worry about that wave as well as a split push pressure from Evi.
ラックスのアルティメットみたいなもんですね。はい。
あれですね、バロンに R 打ってもう一回集団戦で R 打てるみたいな。シンドラがエンゲージしてその後集団戦中にバーストダメージ出せそうですね。確かに。
Now, Detonation Focus Me moving their vision well and far up. Now they have the opportunity to take these outer turrets with the map being open from that mid lane being gone. You can see how much deep vision Detonation Focus Me is able to set up. They will grab themselves a free turret and rotate back down towards Rascal Jester, as they could possibly be looking for a fight here. Clockog will have a great ulti available to him, but Vivid is going to be the target here, as he is going to use a stone plate to be able to walk out of that one. The Call of the Forge God coming in late, not able to knock up any members of Detonation Focus Me. That is going to be Detonation Focus Me's cue to start onto this Baron if they so choose. Saros and Evi still able to zone for now. Hachimecha does have his GA still available to him, so can try and all in onto this Baron, but they recognize that they are going to have to sacrifice it, instead rotating over to take better position onto this Elder Drake. Hachimecha already into the pit, looking around for a fight, wants to secure that scuttle for the permanent vision if he has it available to him, but Ninja walking forward, trying to zone Steel off. Steel taking a big chunk of damage for walking too close, as now Clockog is able to play Follow the Leader as he leads in with the large orange body. They won't have ultis available for this fight. You do have the Chains of Corruption coming off cooldown now, but Rascal Jester is now finding themselves in an interesting position. The teleport coming up from Saros into the mid lane. Evi going to follow suit. Rascal Jester needs to know whether they're taking the fight or finding backs, as the mid lane is going to be the target, but it doesn't look like Rascal Jester will be able to escape. Detonation Focus Me knows they just have to walk forward. They just have to pull the pressure on, while in the mid lane, they go for the back door. Ninja flying forward with the Petrifying Gaze is going to be taken down and assassinated by Evi. Hachimecha trying to do what he can to trade one member over, but Detonation Focus Me, the double teleport's quick decision into the mid lane will be the undoing of Rascal Jester. Great showing from both ends. Detonation Focus Me a little bit too hesitant around some of the objectives, did give Rascal Jester opportunities for a comeback, but Detonation Focus Me decided to, instead of play the objective, play the map. They teleported into that mid lane. They opt to take down the base as quickly as when the opportunity presents itself, and that is going to be a quick end to that game.